Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rahakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone. Shalom to all the Akim preaching his truth and sincerity in the faith. I'm the brother Yeshaya from the GMS Plain Tables camp, and I just want to do a quick lesson about how in this truth you're going to have a lot of ups and downs, you're going to have a lot of highs and lows, and it's going to seem like there's more low downs than ups, and there's more lows than highs. You're gonna have your faith tested, you're gonna have your strength tested. So this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 verse 1. It says, my son, if thou come to serve Yahweh, prepare thy soul for temptation. So this is a prerequisite for serving the Most High. You have to prepare yourself, prepare your spirit for temptation, for all these trials and these tribulations, because we know that they're gonna come. When you learn the knowledge of these scriptures, you know that temptation is right around the corner, around every corner, and when you overcome one temptation, there's another temptation awaiting for you. Verse 2 says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure. You have to constantly endure. Why? Because there's always going to be that next thing to test your faith. All this is just a test of your faith, a trial of your faith to see if you're going to endure, if you're going to put your trust in the Most High, your confidence, which faith has, a definition of faith is confidence. You put your confidence in the Most High. It says, and make not haste in time of trouble. As long as you have faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, you're not going to make haste in time of trouble. So if a situation comes up, you're not going to, get all bent out of shape over it. You're going to put your trust in the Most High that everything is going to resolve itself. The issue is going to resolve itself. And even if that issue doesn't resolve itself, you just know that you have to, basically take it like a man. Verse 3 says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. And that's what brothers are seeking for, to be increased at our last end, when Yahushai returns. It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. So we have to take this thing cheerfully. All these different afflictions, all these different troubles that brothers go through, day in and day out. We have to take it cheerfully. And it says, and be patient, which patience goes to, enduring suffering, enduring pain. It says, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So if you're an acceptable man, meaning you're part of the hopeful elect, you have to be tried in the furnace of adversity. So adversity is going to come at you every which way, all different angles. Come at you through your job, your daily life, your living situation. Come at you through family members, however way, the Most High sees fit. It says, believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. And that's the most important thing, is in trusting in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, which it all goes back to having faith. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 7, I believe it's 7. Chapter 7 verse 56. It says, for while we lived and committed iniquity, we considered not that we should begin to suffer for it after death. This is going into, reincarnation. When we die, in our previous lives, when we lived, we committed a lot of iniquity, and then we died. We come back, in that new body, same spirit. We're being punished for a lot of the sin that we committed in our past lives, and also, the sins we commit in this life. It says, then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. So that's the condition of the battle, enduring the punishment for your sins, for the iniquities that you committed in your past life, and the iniquity that you commit in this life. It says, I'm going to read 57 again. It says, then he answered me and said, this is the condition of the battle which man that is born upon the earth shall fight, that if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. So if you are overcome by your temptations, by your afflictions, what are you going to do? You're going to give up. You're not going to serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushai no more. You're going to go back into the world, go back to that old sinful man. It says if you're overcome, you're gonna suffer. You know, like the scripture says, it's better to suffer for righteousness' sake than to suffer for wickedness. It says, but if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I said. Yeah, so if you get the victory, which means enduring all this affliction, all the temptation, you're going to receive the glory. When Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, when Yahweh Shai returns, you're going to receive the same glory that he receives. This is Acts chapter 14, verse 22. It says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Most High. Yeah, so if you're hoping to be a part of that hopeful elect, you have to enter the kingdom. You're going to enter the kingdom of the Most High through much tribulation, not thinking you're going to be that one member of the elect that's going to escape, trials and tribulations, afflictions, different temptations. You're not special. None of us are special. We all have to go through the same suffering. The same way Yahweh Shai suffered, we have to suffer that same exact way. In the same way our brethren, the hopeful elect are suffering, we have to suffer the same way. So we're not going to be that one special guy that just makes it to the kingdom without a scratch on us, so to speak. This is Matthew chapter 7, verse 13. It says, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Yeah, we have to enter in at the straight gate. So if we're looking to enter into the kingdom of the Most High, we have to enter in a straight gate. And I got the definition for that word straight. It has a narrow passageway of water connecting two seas or two large areas of water. So it's a narrow passageway. And it also has used in reference to a situation characterized a lot by a specified degree of trouble or difficulty. Yeah, so that gate that we have to enter in is going to have troubles, and it's going to have difficulties. It also has of limited spatial capacity, narrow or cramped. Yeah, so there's very little wiggle room to enter into that kingdom. There's very little wiggle room for the elect, so we have to enter in at that straight gate. This is Isaiah chapter 48, verse 10. It says, behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. Yeah, and this is the way the Most High is choosing those elect men, that 144,000 is in the furnace of affliction. The elect are constantly going to have their faith tried, They're constantly going to have temptations thrown at them, through Satan, You got Satan, you got demons, evil spirits trying to plague your mind, putting wicked thoughts in your head, trying to overthrow your faith. Yeah, the Most High has chosen the elect in the furnace of affliction, letting us know we're going to suffer through this thing. It's not going to be smooth sailings into the kingdom. It's going to be a bumpy ride. This is 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. It says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Yeah, you have to be sober, and you have to be vigilant, constantly watching these different ways where Satan is trying to overthrow your faith. It's trying to devour you. Because once your faith is overthrown, you're through. You have nothing to hope for. Because that's all brothers have, is our faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Once you lose that, you have nothing. You have nothing to fight for, really nothing to live for. So you have to constantly watch the different ways Satan is trying to get at you. Like I mentioned earlier, through your job, through your family members, through your living conditions, through all these wicked people around you. You have to see different ways. And as you grow in this faith, in the spirit, you have an easier time seeing the different ways Satan is trying to get at you. You might get into a situation, as soon as it happens, you already realize it, like, oh, that's Satan trying to overthrow my faith, trying to stir up my spirit, like it says in Luke, I believe the 22nd chapter, where it says Satan was trying to sift Peter. That meant through inward agitation. That word sift. Yeah, he was trying to agitate Peter's spirit inwardly through his thoughts. You have to be able to recognize the different ways Satan is trying to get at you. It says, whom resist steadfast in the faith. Yeah, you have to resist Satan in the faith. Yeah, through the faith of these scriptures, through the faith of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. Yeah, so we know all the different Akim, all the different brothers, they're going through the same stuff. Maybe not the exact same, thing, but you know, all the brothers are catching hell. You know, brother might not show it or might not exactly say it, but we know brothers are catching hell. Verse 10 says, but the power of all grace, who hath called us unto his eternal glory by Hamashiach Yahushai, after that ye have suffered a while, make you perfect, establish, strengthen, settle you. Yeah, that's how we are made. That's how we are perfected. We're perfected through our suffering, you know. I believe in 1 Corinthians, it says, I believe it says, when I am weak, then I am strong. Yes, through our weakness, we are made strong. Through our suffering, we are perfected. This is 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 6. It says, wherein ye greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptations. Yeah, so we're sorrowing in the spirit through all the different temptations that we go through, you know. It says that the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Yeah, it says that the trial of your faith, because this is all that's going on, is a trial of your faith, a test of your faith. Like the Most High uses Satan, you know, uses all these evil spirits to test your faith, you know, to come at you in all different angles. This is James chapter 1 verse 12. It says, blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which Yahweh hath promised to them that love him. Yeah, it says, blessed is the man that endureth temptation. That's what we have to do. That's what we have to strive to do. Endure that temptation, endure that suffering, that affliction. And it says we're going to receive that crown of life. You know, when the Lord returns, when Yahweh Shai returns, you know, like it says in I believe 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter, Yahweh Shai is going to put that crown upon our heads, you know. We're going to receive that glory, that honor, and that power. All we have to do is endure this hell that we're catching. It's the last scripture. This is Lamentations chapter 3 verse 26. It says, it is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of Yahweh. Yeah, so the scripture here is plain and simple. You have to hope and quietly wait for the salvation of Yahweh, you know. So Lord willing, this video is edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Ruach Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to all Akim preaching his word in truth and in sincerity and in faith. Shalom.